What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Bethke.
I'm Mike Stadler.
How you doing today, Mike?
I am okay.
You're just okay?
I am okay. If I was any better today, I'd probably be you.
Jeez, you're in trouble. That's nice. That's nice. Right on. Oh, Dan asked us, does it make sense, or can you even manage a small property for age groups of deer, meaning a 40-acre piece or less? For older age class of deer. Well, Dan, what's your definition of older age class?
What's older age class deer?
I'm assuming he's talking, and we're going to start on the low edge of what everybody considers older class deer in the social media world. 3.5 or 4.5 or 5.5 on a 40-acre parcel. What do you think? Can you manage a parcel for that? Yeah, I know. I know, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
We do it.
We do it all the time. Yeah, Dan, I think you can. I mean,
It takes a lot of work. Stuff that won't work, stuff that will work. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a hit and miss thing we found. Both places. Stuff that we thought would be great that wasn't. Things we had to switch. Started to, especially over the last several years, we started to gain a lot of those 3.5 and older deer. Mm-hmm. Always, it seems like every year now, the last 3 years for sure, we've had, I'm going to say 3 at least that were that old or better on both places that we were looking to hunt.
For sure.
You know, up into the 4.5, maybe always an occasional, you know, older one.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously we think so. I mean, that's what we set our whole property management up on. And
that's kind of what we base the show off of too.
Yes.
You know, obviously Dan watches and he knows that, but he's kind of bringing that out. And it's not easy to do.
No.
You have to realize that your only control is the control you have on your property. And you're the person with the trigger control on your property. You know, I will say this, and you guys all know this if you watch us a lot too. Biggest deer that's on our property is 2.5-year-old. That's the deer we're hunting.
Yep.
There is no doubt. But like Mike said, you know, last few years, we've had 3.5 and older deer to hunt, and that's kind of what we try and base our hunts on for the year.
Yep.
Is it easy? No. What do we do? If you watch the shows, you guys see us do a lot of enhancement on the property and try and control their movement on the property. I think that's the important part of things. Making sure they have what they need to survive.
Yeah, give them what they want. Give them what they need.
Yeah, food, cover, like Mike said before multiple times in some of the other shows, thermal cover, things like that. And the food aspect of things is what controls your deer numbers.
Yeah. The other thing that I think makes us very successful is that we don't push anymore. We stay out early.
Yeah.
We really pick times to go. If you watch us a lot, you'll see it. We're big front hunters.
We're big weather hunters.
You know, so early. Like I know the last 2 years, I don't know that we've been out in September. I don't remember. I have not been.
You didn't?
Well, September 29th.
I went out, yeah. I think
28th, whatever.
the first hunt I had on my property this year was September 22nd. We had that big cold front come. And then I seen 3 good deer.
Yeah.
Just chose not to shoot any of them.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're not in there. We're not in there like opening day.
Yeah.
We really watch our entries and exits, which is super, super crucial, especially on smaller properties. Does will tolerate it. Big bucks will not.
Oop.
You know, will they come back? Maybe.
We use, we use our cameras a ton for hunting.
Yeah.
In other words, our cameras hunt for us. We spend far less time in the woods physically hunting deer than we ever have. We used to be those guys that were out every day. Every day. Like, I mean, we put a lot of hours in.
300 plus hours in a stand.
Yeah, in a tree, if not, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was years we were in the 400s for sure.
Yeah.
That's overpressuring your deer herd. And the success has gone up now that we don't pressure deer as much and we pick the right weather times to go. You know, there are some locations on both properties that, like, if we feel we just have to go sit in a tree, we could go sit in a tree. Chances of seeing something we really want to shoot, slim to none.
Right. But we're not hurting it.
But we're not hurting it. We do have observation locations on both properties that we can just sit back and if we wanted to go out, let's just say in August and see if we can get some velvet footage or something like that. We've got spots where we can go sit and do that without, it's long distance stuff where you can watch deer from longer distances. But as for the physical hunting aspect of things, Mike's statement that he says all the time, and you guys hear it on the show consistently, is less is more.
Less is more.
Yep.
Yeah, we 100% think we can do it, and we do it.
Yep.
And we help people set theirs up to do it, and it works. I mean, there's a ton of you out there that listen to us that have success, and I know that we're helping you somehow.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to show you guys a bunch of the success
Yeah.
stories this year. I'll get a bunch of the pictures, show you guys here on the show, you know, and everybody's been real grateful for what we've taught them. And you know, if you guys want us to come down to your property, you can get a hold of us easily on social media, and we can let you know the pricing and stuff, come and help you out. But also, we do the stuff. You guys see our small property shows, which will start airing here on Wednesdays. And you guys will be seeing aspects of things that we do to our properties every year to help enhance, and some ideas that you could probably utilize on your properties too. You know, the whole deal is about basically helping people, showing people, you know, hey, this could work on your property if you can adapt it to it, and why don't you give it a try, that type of stuff.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, you know, a 40-acre parcel in Wisconsin it's actually becoming a big piece of property. It's starting to remind me a lot, like you hear a lot of guys from Michigan, and a lot of Michigan guys are talking that at 20 now is a big piece in Michigan. I mean, I realize there's guys that have 100, 150, 200, whatever.
Right.
But in general, 20 acres, especially southern Michigan over there, is a big piece. And a lot of the guys that I know are trying to basically take a lot of our ideas and lay that out on a 20 instead of a 40 or something like that. So hopefully, you know, you can do that. Can you make it for a 3.5-year-old? Sure. Mm-hmm. Is he going to stay on your property all the time? No way.
No.
Nope.
You just can't do it.
No, you can't do it with, if you had Mike and my property together, it wouldn't do it. You know, you're looking at 3.5-year-old, you know, 500-600 acres, and he's still going to roam off the property.
You need a block.
You do, yeah,
And
600.
Still.
Yeah, it's still going to go off the
it's gonna
edges.
Move off of that. But yeah, I mean, you know, we bring them in and out consistently. We show that. We have footage. We have pictures. We have, you know, on the ground
Yeah,
hero shots.
with pictures,
with these deer. So
success.
You know, we've been making it happen for a long time. We've hunted a lot of small pieces of property. Carl's got the biggest piece of property that we have. That's 70 acres, you know. So, and we go to right down to, I mean, we've got a couple of smaller pieces that we've hunted and taken big deer out of as well, that we used to hunt.
We've both shot big deer off of 10 acres.
Yeah.
Consistently, year after year. So, you know, it's just, you know, the work you put into it
Yeah.
and timing.
You get out what you put in.
That is a
So,
fact.
if anybody says you can't do it with that little bit of land, it's just because you're not putting enough work in, or you haven't found the right combination that's going to work on that property yet. I mean, every property's a little different. We talked a ton of times. It all depends what's around you.
Yeah.
How it's hunted around you, there's nothing you can do about it.
Also true.
So
If it's hunted heavy around you and you hunt yours less, it's going to make yours that much better. I can throw that out for
we'll
you.
do that.
You know, we've had a couple places where they got fairly heavy pressure around the outside edges of it, And they would push all the deer kind of into where our areas were, and we would only hunt them when we knew the time was right, wind was right, and the weather was right.
Yep.
So that makes success. Age group wise, a 3.5-year-old, smaller properties, 3.5, 4.5-year-old deer,
Yeah.
they're going to be 3.5s are tough, 4.5s and 5.5s start to shrink, and if you're lucky, they shrink onto your property.
That's what I was just gonna say. If you're lucky enough, when they get to be the 4 to 5 or 6, whatever, they pick yours for the core.
Yep.
And that's where they stay.
Yeah,
but
most of the time.
Like I said, and anybody can argue it out there, but unless you have a chunk that's over 600 acres, you're probably not going to keep them there consistently.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's just tough. And
Yeah.
Any biologist will tell you the same thing.
Yeah. So hopefully that answered your question, Dan.
Yep.
We appreciate it. If you want to get into more details, go ahead and ask those questions, and we'll answer those on future shows. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you want to check us out, just the podcast, check us out at Spotify,
Google,
Apple,
iHeart,
Amazon.
RSS.com.
Check us out at rss.com. Check our pretty faces out right here at YouTube. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, buddy.